Hello, my lovely Morbid thoughts. Welcome back to another... How does my intro go? It's been so long. Welcome back to the channel. Long time no see. It's been so long that my hair is a different color now. No more pink. Crazy. Anyways, since I've been gone for so long, I do have to clarify. I'm just coming in here. Don't know when the next video will be officially on this channel. This is just going to be a video about my Sims gaming and streaming setup, because a lot of people have been asking. They always come into my streams and ask, oh, what computer do you use? What camera do you use? Like da. So I've been really wanting to make this video for a long time, and I'm finally doing it so people can refer back to this. So if you're not up for it, you can always skip this, and hopefully Morbid gamers making it come back in 2022. We'll see. So for the people who are actually curious about my gaming setup and how it is that I stream, this is for you. I'm going to leave timestamps down below, so if you're more interested in a certain part, then you can check that out. Also, the links will be provided down below for anything that you might want to further look into yourself, so that's going to be available in the description down below. First things first, you think I'd want to talk about my PC and what it is that I actually game on, but I actually think this one is a little bit more important, and I do want to talk about it just in case anybody's out there struggling like I was. And that is going to be my desk, the thing that just holds this whole thing together, because I'm actually in a very interesting predicament, and if you are as well, then this could help you out. So first things first, I want to start off by saying I do live in a studio apartment. It is 600 square feet in total. It is really tiny. By the way, I do have a tour on it on my second channel. Check it out if you'd like. But you have no idea how hard it was to move from our old place to this place with the same desk that I had previously. It was just not going to happen because this space really needed something very, very specific. One, it needed the right dimensions because it sits between my entryway, like the door, like this is literally the door right here, and our laundry room like entryway, and our bed. The bed's like right here. So it had to fit in here, but it also had to hold 2 PCs, had to hold 3 screens, and like everything else. So it's a large order to fill for a desk. It took me forever, but I finally found the perfect desk on Amazon. And let me just say, this isn't a normal desk. This isn't for gaming either. This is actually a sewing desk. This is perfect for me because it has wheels and it's the perfect size. And the most important part, I think, of all is that it holds my 2 PCs in like their own slots. And I was like, oh my God, this is exactly what I needed. A desk that can pivot away, because usually this sits technically the other way around. So you see my whole studio, but I don't always want you guys to see my house. Like legit, you're looking at my whole house, and sometimes it's dirty. Sometimes the cat are annoying or they're fighting. And sometimes my husband just does not want to be on camera. That's understandable. So I needed something that I could pivot it this way, and you could just see my background. The desk in its original state was not perfect. It still needed a lot of tweaking. This was like the actual shot of what it was supposed to look like, and I was like, yeah, we're not doing that. I had to go out and buy a drill to make the holes just so I can like put in the wiring through the desk and stuff. I made a latch door for the back end of the desk so the PCs can breathe a little bit more, and also it makes it a little easier for me to get a hold of a lot of the wires behind the computer. Sometimes things go wrong, you need access to that, or just to set it up or whatever. I've super glued that big giant massive like electrical outlet thing, which by the way is just a really long cord because there are no outlets behind me. But I had to super glue that thing and zip tie it to the desk as well. And then we had to put a little bit of add-ons because thing doesn't come, well, it came with drawers, but not where I needed them. And so I had to install like drawers myself and buy those. So this desk has been a lifesaver, but it's been Frankensteined together together. Yeah, just wanted to shout out my desk because she's the real one. All right, let's move on to the PCs. Now, this is probably what most people are interested in, I would suspect, and I would think. I work with 2 CyberPower PCs. For the most part, I think they're both the same. I think the only difference with one of them is that it has a newer graphics card. So one has an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 270 Super, and I think the other one has the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 280 Super. So that's probably the only difference between these two. But they both have a Ryzen 7, 16 gigabyte RAM, and other jargon that's probably maybe important, but I wouldn't really know. I have no idea how people perceive CyberPower. For the most part, I think I've always owned CyberPower PCs. They've gotten the job done. I don't think I've ever owned anything else. The game that I mostly play is Sims 4, obviously, if you know my channel. If not, that's the main game that I play. And yes, I need 2 PCs to play Sims 4. I don't really play a lot of other things, but I have, and pretty big games, and just handles it beautifully. What can I say? But the reason I have 2 PCs, especially for streaming, I use this one for the streaming part. It runs OBS, it runs a lot of the, just the streaming backend. And not only that, I can record in HD, and it's not gonna be a problem because that computer is handling all that. Meanwhile, this computer I use to game on, and it doesn't take anything away. Like, one doesn't take away from the other. Whereas if you're working with one PC, obviously you're using up a lot of your CPU to 1, run the game, 2, record it, stream it out, 3, you can't even record while streaming if you wanted to. Sometimes I used to do that as well, so that was a pretty neat perk. It's just ideal for me, and I really like it. However, I know it's not ideal for everyone, and it is pretty pricey. It's just what suits you best, and if you have the extra coin for it as well. Really quick, let's go over the monitors. I own 3 LG 24-inch screens. Nothing special about them, honestly. I don't think they sell them anymore. The reason I bought them was because 1, they weren't too pricey, and 2, I just really like a nice clean white aesthetic. If I had all white everything, I could do it for the aesthetic, man. That was just my choice and why I did that. And nothing crazy, they get the job done. I don't feel like I need fancy pantsy monitors. Next, what I'm using to record this video and what I use to stream as well is my Sony a6100. Sorry, it's the Sony Alpha a6400. So I used to have and own the Sony a5100, I think it was, but it recently died on me. Apparently a lot of those have these like weird manufacturing issues, and it just won't function at all, period. So I ended up giving it to my mom. She really wanted it, so I gave it to her, purchased myself the a6400, and I've been loving it. However, when I bought this camera, there was a shortage of Sony cameras because we're in a pandemic and everybody wanted to stream. So I ended up with this a6400. Honestly, don't think that you need something this pricey. It's just that was the case. The main important part is always going to be your lens. That's what you definitely want to invest in. I use a Sigma 16mm f1.4. Don't know a lot about photography and cameras. I just know that it looks good, gives you that nice like natural blurring effect in the background. Especially the more I get closer to you guys in the camera, and maybe not so much the more I step away from the camera. Lenses are definitely going to be pricey, but I suggest you go for splurging on the lens. This one cost me about $400, close to that. Definitely worth it because the kit lens does not compare. Next thing that I want to talk about, and oh boy, am I about to get into it and start ranting, but that is the microphone, what I'm using to record the audio. So I used to be a long time user of the Blue Yeti microphone. I used to have a white one. It was so pretty, all white, matched the aesthetic and everything. Loved it. However, I went on a trip. Long story short, it got stolen. Had to purchase a new Blue Yeti microphone. And then that's when things got a little conspiracy theory. I don't know what it was about the new model or the manufacturing, or I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but I ordered multiple just to like test this out. But the new Blue Yetis, or maybe it was just the batch that I got, but they were but the audio was not good. It's not what it used to be. I know I'm sounding a little crazy, but bear with me. The old microphone sounded so good and I loved it. I swore by it. Don't buy a Blue Yeti. I don't recommend them. I don't think they're good. Not anymore. The sound quality is garbage, and I will insert footage just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Guys seen Blade? Yeah. That one club scene where he comes in and then like it rains blood. Iconic. Lady. Oh, they got down together. Oh, that's so cute. It was really bad for a while there. Finally, I gave in. I did not want to get one of those Go XLR things. One, they're expensive. Two, it's more wiring. And three, for me to be able to plug in more things, it was just not going to happen. So I wanted a USB mic and I wanted to stick to that because it's very simple, but I wanted something that was good. And USB mics, for the most part, aren't the best, but I like how simple they are. You just kind of connect them and you go, you know? With an XLR mic, they sound better, but it's just too much fiddling for me. I could not be bothered. I came across the Shure MV7 USB microphone. I think the company is very well known. I think they make that microphone that like every Twitch streamer uses. However, that is those XLR dynamic mics. This is the USB version. It's like mini, it's cute, it's simple. It is a little pricey, but it's definitely worth it. I can hear the difference for sure from the Blue Yeti to this. Suggest it 100% if you have the extra coin. So for me, I got this typewriter-y keyboard. I don't know. I really like to write. Aside from YouTube being my dream job, I always wanted to be a writer. So I don't know, the whole keyboard clacky noise, which I will insert. Oh, the little clicking noise. I just really enjoy it. I like to hear the clicking. I just really liked the look of it and I enjoyed it. It was a little pricey too, though. I don't even know if they still make it, but if they do, I will link it. Now, the big mouse pad, I used to have it in white. However, it was getting really, really dirty, which I find interesting because when it comes to most of my white things, I don't feel like I'm that bad at keeping it white, but it was just getting really bad. Even bleach wouldn't really do much when I would wash it. So I ended up changing and swapping it out for black, which I hate 100%, but it's kind of like it is what it is until I could learn to be a little bit more cleaner. For the mouse, I just use this like Microsoft mouse. It's a Bluetooth mouse. I don't know. People are kind of particular about their mouse. I've been through so many, from Bluetooth to wired. Well, that's the only two that there are. I definitely prefer a Bluetooth mouse over a wired mouse. The upside of the wired mouse is that you don't have to charge it. You have to worry about it. However, I am enjoying the battery ones because you don't have to charge it all the time. And I don't want to set up a charging dock just for my mouse. Like, that's ridiculous to me. Mouse is a mouse. Let's talk about the headset and my headphones. I was desperately looking for white headphones because I wanted it to match the whole vibe. Duh. They're actually kind of hard to find, especially like good quality ones. However, I came across these. These are the Master and Dynamic MW65 wireless noise canceling over the ear headphones. That's a long title. And they came in this nice silvery white gray color, which I enjoy. However, I am ashamed to say how pricey these things are, and I'm ashamed that I actually paid for it. These cost this much money and they're good headphones, don't get me wrong, they're really good. Noise canceling, superb. Editing with them is amazing. I really enjoy it. However, for the amount that I paid, that is the part that gets to me, and yeah, I can't justify it. So not for that amount. Love them, hate the price though. I also do use AirPods when I stream. I don't like AirPods, but I feel like they're the only ones that I trust. As much as YouTubers push Raycons, like, I'm not gonna buy Raycons. And I don't know anyone else that makes like good, decent these things. So I have the Apple AirPod ones. I don't like them. I think they're overpriced and they're not that good. And they hurt. Next thing, shout out to Elgato. They make a lot of good streaming stuff. I have the Stream Deck and the Elgato Key Light Airs. They go like kind of hand in hand. Can't really see it, but I am using the Cam Link for the camera, which I forgot to mention, and the capture card to capture this computer over to this one. And yeah, a lot of Elgato products. They're good. What can I say? Not sponsored. I wish I was, and they would send me some free goodies, but I paid for this all myself. All right, this is voiceover Morbid. Realizing that I never talked about my backdrop and like what went into all of that, I needed something that wasn't going to take too much space but still give that backdrop setting that was nice and cute. I purchased the grass tiles on Amazon. They come in a square that's 12 by 12, and I think they have in them like 10 to 12 tiles per box. I did end up adding fairy lights to the back of it so that it like kind of popped a little bit more. Just added some roses and a neon sign, and there you go, voila. That is my backdrop. Also, I didn't mention I don't own a gaming chair either. I'd rather go for aesthetics over back support, basically. And I'm not even saying that gaming chairs actually give you a lot of back support. I used to own one, but I found this cute chair also from Amazon as well, and it's done the job. It's not the best for my back, not gonna lie, but again, aesthetics over comfortability. Is that the word? That's just me. What can I say? Oh, also forgot to mention the mic arm. This was pretty cheap. This was like what, 25 bucks on Amazon, as well as the camera arm that's attached to the desk. Everything has to be like on the desk because we move this thing, and like it all just comes as a package. One for all, and all for one and one for all. So there you go. There you have it. That is my streaming setup. I hope this helped, mostly when it comes to the desk in that situation. I hope that's able to help somebody out there. And now you know what's going on back here when I push back the veil. So I will hopefully see you guys in the future. I stream mostly on Twitch now, so you can catch me over there almost daily except for Sundays. I do have a lot of other channels which you can find if you peruse this one. All right, you guys, I'm out because I have to stream soon. Bye.